Hello everyone. Welcome to Ogre Battle, March of the Black Queen. Why? Because it's a game I like, and it's something else I can do besides our darker purpose, which I'm just doing this as a slight distraction from. I'll still have our darker purpose coming out. I'm just going to do this one to show an old game that maybe people have played, maybe they haven't, and I really like it. In fact, I wrote a screenplay on Our Darker Purpose on the first level, which you are about to see. This is Warren. He's awesome. Now to see if I can fit my name. I think I can. Look at that. 8 exactly. Yes. Well, I'll be male. Although, the only time I ever beat this game perfectly was with a female character. They just do better. Don't ask these questions, they just do. Now, I will be answering these in no certain order because I just answer them the way I feel. So, sense of justice. Sense of justice is as important. Yeah. The moon. What am I thinking of before battle? I will think of my family. Next up, the fool. Great. I really liked this selection method for how you become a person. I wish that it mattered a little bit more. I would tell my knights to obey the law of the lands that they show up in, of course, you know. You don't want to just suddenly have them breaking laws everywhere, right? And I'll just say it, the thing I lack the most is efficiency. I know how to do it, I just can't do it the most efficient way. Hermit. And if you've been wondering about why everything I have has a number 9 on, this is why. After a difficult battle, I was defeated. Why was I defeated? It's usually through a lack of leadership. The star. What do I wish for? Well, let's go ahead and we will wish not for luck nor victory, we wish for bravery. Because luck is fleeting and victory, well, everybody wishes for that, and I don't like doing the same thing as everybody else. Now, let's see. This one I really don't care about, so I'm just going to hold right and click a random button. That one. I don't think the last one determines way too much about you. It's just, here's your nice extra card, and it's the world. The world is an insane card. I love it, I love it, I love it. So here's our map. Let's see what we got. Oh, I got this one. 3 slices in the front, and Ianuki, or Ianuki. Valkyries and fighters. Very good. You can already tell because of the Skype thing popping up, which I didn't think it would in this because of the way that this is done, that this is a ROM on a computer. This is because I have no idea how to set up it so it can record from a system. And I don't think I have the right equipment to do it. So I'll use a ROM instead. Anyway, to the Castle of Warren. Scene 1, the beginning. Now, as a ROM, I am privy to the fast forward button that I will not be using unless it's in very dire situations, like this. You don't want to see me move all the way there, no matter how fast this goes, so we go. As you can see, that was fast forward speed. Over water, I will use fast forward. And the other time, I'm just going to let it do what it does. Eskandale. If I'm not mistaken, Eskandale is a sword or a spear, but either way, it's something I want. The first thing we do is we go take over this area. Now this is just the tutorial stage. There's nothing importantly special about it. No enemies attack you. As you can see, Eskandale is indeed a sword, and my cat likes eating paper. Now, let's see. If I equipped Eskandale, I will equip it to myself. The one thing about this lord, and I think I gained some intelligence there too, is that he is the most physical of all the lords. Or this lord type, which was determined by all my answers. As you can see, it took me a while to get to that island, and it's already nighttime, or dusk at least, switching to night. Now there's a reason that why I've never been able to get the best ending on this game many times. The reason is as follows. I get too caught up in my own character, and I don't spread the love around. I would maybe have 2, 3, maybe even 4 groups that are my main uses, and they will... No, don't repeat anything, I already know all of it. And they are the guys who will go out and they will do whatever I tell them to, beat whoever I say, vanquish my foes, while everyone else sits in the castle and goes, well, we're in the castle. We're here if you need us. They're basically my fodder. And my lord usually ends up becoming way too powerful. And if your enemy, and unlike other games where maybe you want to say, hey, I've got a level 20 and you have a level 5, squish. This game punishes you for that. If you're too powerful and you're squishing enemies, even if they are the most heinous groups of demons, devils, or ghosts, and you are level 20 beating on level 5s or beating on something even just 5 levels, maybe even 3 levels below you, people will hate you. Now, the charisma of all my units' characters went up by 1 point. What does this matter? It matters a lot. It matters for actual changes to characters. And this is Lands. Lands is the first guy who joins you. He will always join you. He will never not join you. Later on, you will meet men who will sometimes not join you. And it is really hard to get everyone to join you who can. Now, I could deploy Lands, but I'm not going to, because it's annoying. I'm just going to go take over this and be done with it. Speed up button. We're going over the water. We're going over the water. As soon as I get to land, I'm going to stop doing it. There we go. I'm going to show you deploying though. For anybody who doesn't know, this is Lance. This is his unit. It's pretty good, but it will cost me 2,410 goth to deploy him. Goth is up in the right hand corner. I have 30,000. You might think 2,000, that's not much. It isn't, but you don't get it back very often. And there I am running through the mountains, or along the side at least. And let's get into this temple. Liberation. Now, pulling a card. The Strength card. This is a really good card for my group. Again. Strength of all characters up 1 point. Now, the one thing that's really annoying is that, do you want to pull tarot cards? Why, yes, you always want to pull tarot cards. But there's problems. Some of them are bad. Some of them are very bad. Almost to the point where if you drew it, oh gosh, you're all dead. Well, not that bad, but that they're that horrible. Let's see what we do against Warren, huh? We're gonna beat him, of course. You can always check an enemy leader. See how he's a question mark? He's level something question mark. I think level 5. Is that what that means even? He shouldn't be. No, he's a small unit. That's what that means. Okay. This is what happens when you meet an enemy. By pushing either the B or A, you enter 2 different modes. By pushing B, you pause the game. Why would you want to do this? Well, if I was hurt, I might want to use healing items on myself since you can only use them on the outside map. Anyway, let's unpause. And we meet with Warren. There he is. Now Warren and Lands are 2 very special units. Why? Because their color palettes are different. No, that's not it. Because they are units that actually will matter later on in the story. I'm after best. This is the pause menu inside of here. You can run, keep the animations on, go to tactics, or use a tarot card. But what do the tarot cards do? They don't tell you. I know them, and I know that using one right now would be such a waste that I'm not going to do it. I will tell you what this means. Best. Best means you will target the best unit in their group. This means either the person who has, or the best unit for you to attack, I guess. The person with the lowest defense, the person with the lowest intelligence if you're a magic attacker. Strong. Attack somebody who has the most hit points. Weak. Least hit points. Leader. Anyone with that big cross underneath their name and hit points. I'm going to go for leader because leader is always the best thing to do. Usually. It's not the best for experience, but it's best for anything else. You can hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14 tarot cards. Anyway, this is how the game plays out. I have no control, I just watch. Now sometimes you can tell when people are going to miss or hit. And that's usually because of how far off the attack is. If I hit him with this, he dies. And it says we are the winners. That was pretty easy, but that's because it's a tutorial, like I said. Now when you win, Warren joins you. But not only does he join you, but you get to see these nifty fireworks that say, "Yay, they liberated us." Meh, they're okay. That last firework I always feel is just kind of like the last thing. Beep. You get your goth, which is actually calculated, I think, by the total income of every city on the field. And you get your save files. I shall save where nothing is. Now, since this is just an introduction, I'm going to show you everything else. When Warren joins you, he brings everyone else with him. A ton of everyone else's. This is Warren. He would have been a lot harder with both of these hellhounds in the front, I'm going to tell you that much. As you can see, they have L, which means they're a large unit. You can see how some of these units are constructed. Usually poorly. This knight group wants to look like this. I messed that one up. This is only an aesthetic choice. I really didn't mess it up, but I like looking at it that way. Not only that, but it's the wrong person. The knight should not be the leader. I don't like knights as leaders. Why don't I like knights as leaders? Because they have to sit in the front. If your leader dies, your unit dies with it. No questions about it. They just lose. That's why I don't like leaders in the front. Why can Land sit in the front? Because he's got too many good units in the back to get rid of him from the front. What about this guy? You really think I'm going to use Powell? No, I'm not. I'm going to try and make this a good run. For that, we will get rid of the cleric from this unit. There's always one type of unit you should always make. As you can see, Warren also brought a few creatures with him. Octopuses and griffins. You should always make at least 1 or 2 high sky units, and usually you can make them just out of the things that he gives you. Let's see. We want these 2 fighters and another griffin. Alright. I feel pretty good about this now. Last part of this to show you. You can see the way that everybody's set up. See where it says 2 and 1, F and B? That means front and back. Leader no means that you can't turn them into a leader. And move is also where they move the fastest and fight the best. You can also see that Valkyries cost a heck of a lot to maintain. I don't know why they demand so much. If you want to know, any unit that's good usually demands that you pay them very well, while evil units will work just for the fun of it. I mean, let's look at a mage. 470 at level 2. 700 at level 2. Beasts, they don't know what to do with money, so they barely cost anything. Samurai, they cost a lot. I mean a lot. And Beastmen are technically an evil unit, so, well, they're neutral, but still. There's the difference in their costs. Clerics work on the cheap. They just do. And fighters and Amazons, they just, whatever. Anyway, we're not ending this yet because we have one last thing to show you, and that involves us going back to Warren's castle. The Castle of Warren. It will always ask me if I'm ready. It will always show me the boss if there is one. Now, returning to levels is actually very prudent. You have to do it for a couple reasons. A, sometimes people speak of different things. I'm doing the speed up right now, but as you can see, I'm going pretty quick. Sometimes you have to talk to people and they give you stuff. Sometimes you're coming back because you have to find treasure.
Find out.
A mystic staff. That's what that says. Or mace at least. Strength +2, intelligence +7. Alright, we didn't get to see something about the Eskandale, but I already know something about the Mystics. I'll show you it in the next episode. But you might be wondering, what's he doing? He's giving something that definitely should probably go to a cleric. To one of his fighters. You'll see later. Anyway, I hope that you'll enjoy seeing this old person go down memory lane. Castle of Warren defeated. I don't really have to return to my castle, but I like doing it. Oh, and I might as well show you that people do indeed talk different things. Alright, so that's going to do it for this episode. Oh, also, here's my income projection. The bad thing about going back to levels is you do not get paid while you do it. So if you have to go back to a level to do anything, something you should do always is take everyone out of your leader's group, because your lord always costs 0, and then he can run around, unless you need other people. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. There are going to be more coming. Our Darker Purpose is going to be coming very soon. I managed to beat it and the recording totally screwed up. And I'm on hard mode now. So look forward to that! Anyway, this is Nexus signing off. I'll see you in Our Darker Purpose, and wow, night falls quick. Bye!